The Albright-Knox is a center of learning and artistic exploration for everyone in our community. Members and guests from all over the world, more than 95,000 of them, experienced the works in our collection by exploring our galleries during the last year. But interactions between viewer and artwork happen in many different ways. Our classes, lectures, and activities provided a space for deeper engagement with our works and the ideas they represent. Through sponsored programs such as Art School and AK Teens, students from around the western New York region were able to tour the museum and participate in classes and activities that further their engagement with our collections. Through special programs like After Hours at AK, members, sponsors, and guests enriched their knowledge of our collections and exhibitions through discussions and tours led by our curators. The Director's Lecture Series, conceived and presented by Peggy Pierce-Elfin director Yanis Seren, was composed of 6 lectures on the history of museums from the year 1400 to the present. The series was such a success in its first year that we have extended the series for a second season. Members' receptions accompanied many exhibitions, providing members with in-depth experiences with the works in our collection. Volunteers and specially trained docents provided guidance and tours to our guests, and our education department staff facilitated programs such as Art and Yoga for Fun and Relaxation, Book AK, a reading discussion group, Art with Artists Children's classes, and Access AK tours and programs for guests with special needs. The museum also expanded its online educational presence with the introduction of 2 exciting online initiatives. HistoryPin, a website and smartphone app, allows users to take self-guided walking tours along specific routes and read information about each artwork or architectural site on the tour. Tiki-Toki, a web-based platform that allows for the creation of comprehensive chronological timelines, was used to chronicle the history of the museum and its benefactors, major exhibitions, and resources for educators. Both initiatives allow for the public's greater engagement with the museum's extensive resources. 2 lectures by noted art historians rounded out the museum's educational outreach. In March, Dr. Matthew Biro, professor and chair of the Department of the History of Art at the University of Michigan, examined the work of Anselm Kiefer in a talk entitled Anselm Kiefer's Total Work of Art. In May, Dr. Linda Nochlin, Lila Atchison Wallace Professor of Modern Art at the Institute of Fine Arts, New York University, gave a talk in celebration of the exhibition One Another, Spider-Like I Spin Mirrors.
The Albright-Knox is also a destination for social and cultural events. Vibrant performances and lectures were offered every first Friday, along with free admission, art classes, and family activities as part of M&T First Fridays at the gallery. The museum expanded its role as a social catalyst this year by broadening its social media outreach across multiple platforms and creating campaigns designed to highlight its collections and exhibitions. Art Madness, a social media competition based on Twitter and Facebook held in March 2014, was modeled after the bracket system of the NCAA March Madness tournament. The competition, which was seen by more than 52,000 people, presented works from the collection and asked the public to vote for their favorite, a request that generated a great deal of discussion among the museum's followers. The Hunt Real Estate Art of Jazz series ended its final season on a high note with 4 successful concerts, and the Buffalo News Summer Jazz series continued for its 27th year, providing Sunday afternoon concerts on the Delaware Stairs overlooking Hoyt Lake during the summer. Art Alive, our annual living art competition on June 7th, had record-breaking attendance and an eclectic list of winners across a variety of categories. And Mirror Mirror, our massive summer fundraiser held on June 20th, was a smashing success with over 1,000 guests.
This year, thanks to visionary ideas and inspired creativity from our community, the museum was able to engage with the public in new and innovative ways. Our response room, part of the exhibition Anselm Kiefer Beyond Landscape, is designed for guests to provide feedback and reflections on the exhibition in multiple formats. To date, the museum has received more than 1,300 individual responses, some of which are published in the printed catalog, with others published weekly on the Beyond Landscape blog. We also created an exhibition in the education hallway that featured more than 500 community responses. The exhibition Robert Therian presented a collection of sculpture and works on paper by the artist and was accompanied by an exhibition catalog. More than 60 rare works on paper by the sculptor Ken Price were on view as part of the exhibition Ken Price, Slow and Steady Wins the Race, Works on Paper, 1962 to 2010, co-organized with the Drawing Center in New York. In March, One Another, Spider-Like I Spin Mirrors, presented works by some of the most influential female artists of our time, all drawn from the AK's collection. The exhibition Buffalo's Monuments Men centered around the recovered history of one of the AK's works by Edgar Degas, which was originally published as a post on our Tumblr blog. The exhibition also introduced Buffalo to 3 former Albright-Knox staff members who served as monuments men during World War II and worked to recover artworks that were lost or stolen by the Nazis. Lucas Samaras' beloved mirror room, created in 1966, was featured in the exhibition Lucas Samaras Reflections, along with other photographs, sculptures, and a painting by the artist. Visitors were inspired to relive childhood memories in the ever-expanding room, and many people took selfies from inside the room, which they posted to social media.
The Albright-Knox was recognized in the press multiple times, both locally and nationally, over the last year. The national tour of the Masterworks exhibition, The Long Curve, received rave reviews during its 3-month tenure at the Denver Art Museum. This success was complemented by the recreation at the Clyfford Still Museum of the Albright-Knox's 1959 exhibition of Clyfford Still's work. Our digital growth was highlighted by the Buffalo News in a feature story on the museum's use of history pin walking tours and the Tiki-Toki timelines. The museum also received press coverage for many exhibitions, including Robert Therian, Anselm Kiefer Beyond Landscape, One Another, Spider-Like I Spin Mirrors, and for the local connections forged in Buffalo's Monuments Men. County Executive Mark Polenkars was on hand in November to announce the funding of a new public art curator position, later filled by Aaron Ott.
This institution is imbued with history, the history of its surroundings, its buildings and campus, its collections and the masterworks that comprise them, and most importantly, its people and its community. Our current creative energies and future ambitions are fueled by the hard work and dedication of generations of Western New Yorkers. The Albright-Knox is an integral part of the fabric of the region in which it stands. It is not the prized possession of any one person, but rather a shared resource, a beacon of excellence, and a global cultural asset located in the center of a cultural corridor that connects the eastern seaboard to western expanses and the United States to Canada. We, the people who support and serve the museum, share an awesome responsibility, and it is our enchanting task to build together the future of this extraordinary place in Buffalo space. Your membership and support allows us to honor the past and the traditions that define us while expanding our programs, our collections, and our role in the community. The Albright-Knox is our museum. Let's enjoy it and be proud of its position as one of the leading museums of contemporary and modern art in the world.